Hey guys, Miss Tate here. Today we're going to look at how to name some of these geometric figures. So we just took some notes on angles, rays, lines, line segments, that sort of thing. But we're going to look today how those things can be written and how you would say them. Let's look at angles. So this is a picture of an angle right here. And notice it has some points on it. And on the points, they're labeled. So like this point is labeled with a C, this point labeled with an A, this point labeled with an R. So how would this angle be written? There's three different ways this angle can be written. This is the little angle sign. So it could be written as angle CAR, or you could do it backwards. You could say, oh, that's angle RAC. Notice that middle is always whatever the angle is in the middle. So RAC or CAR, or you could just call it by whatever the middle angle is, or you could just say, hey, that's angle A. So this is how you would pronounce it, angle CAR or angle RAC, or you could just call it angle A. We'll look at some other examples here in a minute. This is how you would write or say a line, array. Remember, array has a point at one end and an arrow on the other end, so it keeps going. And it has 2 points on it. So you would say this as, hey, this is ray CD. So how would you say it? You would pronounce, oh, that's ray CD. This is what it looks like when you write it. So you put the letters C, D, and then you're going to do a little ray symbol on top of it. So if you see this, that means it's a ray because it doesn't have an arrow on one side and it has an arrow on the other, and then CD. So that's ray CD. A line, we know, goes on in both directions. So notice it has arrows on both sides. It's different than the ray, which only has arrows on one side. So a line can be written like this, line AB, or it could go the other way, line BA. Notice the ray can only go the direction it's going, CD. So a line can go line AB or line BA, either way, because it goes in this direction and it goes in this direction. So to write it, you would write the symbols AB or BA, but the symbols are not enough. You have to put what it is right on top of it. So this is a line, so we put arrows on both sides. See how that's different than a ray? The ray symbol, we just have an arrow on one side, and the line symbol, we have arrows on both sides. So this is pronounced line AB or line BA. And then the last thing is a line segment. Here is how you would write or say a line segment. Notice a line segment has dots at both ends. There are no arrows. It cannot keep going. So a line segment, you would just say, hey, this is line segment AB or line segment BA. You can do them in either order. And this is how you write them. So you have the letters for what they are, AB or BA. And notice there's just a line at the top. There's no arrows like our lines or arrays. It's just the line segment. There's no arrow saying that it would keep going. So that's how you would write a line segment. So let's practice some of these. So we have line segment, lines, rays, angles. Let's practice pronouncing some of these. So I have a figure here that we're going to look at here on this whiteboard. It's a whole bunch of different angles and lines and that sort of thing. So I'm going to practice showing you how to write some of these down. So let's say I wanted to talk about this angle right here. Right? It looks like a right angle to me. I want to look at this angle, this space right here. So I would say, oh, this is angle. Where am I starting? M. Then I have to go to the vertex, the middle, which is point S. Then it's up to point Z. So this angle right here, right, is angle M. MSZ. 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 Or we could go backwards and we could say, oh, this is angle ZSM. ZSM. So that's how you would pronounce and write those angles. Let's look to see if we can find a line. Look here, if I want to go from A to Q, if I want to write this line, A to Q, notice I've got arrows for these ones. So this would be line AQ, and we would put a line up above, AQ. Or you could say QA with a line up above. So AQ or QA would be this line right here. All right. Look at this right here. We have a line segment. Look, starts with a point, ends with a point. SP or PS. So this line segment right here, I would say is SP. Or you could write it as PS. And the line segment doesn't have arrows at the top. What else? Array. Let's see if we can find array. So starting at this point and coming up to this angle, this is array because it starts at a point and goes up to an arrow. So this is array. SZ, right? Starting at a point, ending at an arrow. So SZ is array. And for this one, you can't flip it around because you have to start at the S and go to the Z, and it keeps going, right? It doesn't go Z to the S. It's not coming down. So SZ would be written out going this way. Let's see if we can write another angle. Can you find an acute angle here? So remember, acute is less than 90 degrees. So this is a 90-degree angle. Normally it has like a box on it like this. Let's see, can you name an acute angle on this picture? There's a lot of different acute angles. Let's say I want to label this angle right here. Okay, how would we say this angle right here? Well, I would say that's angle QST. QST, or you could say TSQ, and that would give us the space in between. So we're going to practice naming angles, lines, line segments, and rays in our pair deck today.